right, everybody, welcome to another episode of The Blind View. We've been gone for a little bit, working on a project, and we have a very special guest who has not been with us in a long time. Becca, would you like to introduce our special guest?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me tonight for this awesome episode of The Blind View. And my old friend TP Lucas is joining us. How are you,
Hey,
TP?
I'm okay. I'm hanging in there. Being a lot more mellow. You know what I'm saying? Happy to be here. I keep getting these chances at life, so I'm enjoying them.
That's great. So do you want to share with us some of your adventures since it's been a few years, you know?
Well, yeah, I was, of course, I do comedy and I did some traveling, and along the way, I was starting to get a little, I was getting like losing my breath, just tying my shoes. I couldn't breathe, and
Uh-huh.
couldn't lay on my left side, and so finally, I went to the doctor to see what was going on, and I had a clogged artery in the front of my heart. So they went in and put a stent in there, and I feel a lot better. I don't, I can breathe after I tie my shoes. I'm able to sleep a lot better, and I'm doing a lot more on the treadmill and stuff just to keep my cardio up.
That's great, TP.
Yeah, and like I said, I keep getting these messages, and these I guess alerts to hey, be thankful, be grateful, make sure that every day gratitude is the attitude. That's all I'm living.
Yeah. Well, you know how much I believe in exercising every day and using the treadmill every day.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
and I'm really glad to hear that your cardiac scare went okay. Um, I I know a lot about cardiac health because my ex-husband had pretty serious cardiac health. Um, and I use my treadmill every single day, right? I'm really into exercising every day because if you exercise every day, it helps your heart be stronger every day. And if you don't exercise every day, your heart gets weaker, and that's like going the wrong way, right? We need to
right,
stay stronger.
absolutely,
So,
absolutely.
yeah. So, guess what happened this morning, TP?
Tell me about it.
I was on my treadmill and it came to a screeching halt.
Ouch.
Yeah, and I've been using I left my husband in 2016 and I've been consistently using my treadmill like almost every single morning since then, right? And
Right,
I've gone through several treadmills and I usually know, well, I mean, I've come to see the warning signs of what's going on. I'm pretty sure that like I'm pretty sure the belt is probably loose or not twisted but like off track or something.
hmm
Um be, because well because when I walk on it, like I one leg is significantly stronger than the other one, and so it doesn't put pressure on the treadmill evenly, and I think that pulls on the belt a lot more and pulls it out of place a lot sooner. And anyway, so I think that's what happened. So I mean, I spent the day trying to get a hold of a treadmill repair place, and I did finally get a hold of this guy named Sandy um, at this one sporting goods store where they sell treadmills and stuff. And one of their guys is coming over on Monday morning to fix my treadmill. So I'm gonna be without my treadmill for almost a week. So I have to find alternative things to do because it's really, every day I feel like I have to exercise because if I start just sitting around on my butt, my heart's gonna get weaker and then it's gonna
right.
be harder for me to exercise, right? And so yeah, I just don't want to let this go. So yeah, I'm getting right on top of getting a new treadmill, and I'm in the process of trying to find time to get over and get uh uh oh, I'm trying to remember what it's called, a bag to go on my punching bag.
Oh,
um
okay. So you
yeah,
got a heavy bag?
yeah, I've got a really heavy bag, and honestly it's too heavy for me to hit. So I was gonna go get one of those. Gosh, I'm trying to remember what or my ex-boyfriend told me what it was called. It's one of
Or
those.
the speed bag?
Yeah, a speed bag. I'm gonna go get a speed bag. But you know what? Sean suggested to me that I could get a lighter, a lighter main bag too, and just put this heavier one in the garage until I can work up to it. And so I think I'm gonna do that to get
Either
a
that or
lighter main bag.
take some of the sand, take some of the sand out of the heavy bag. It'll be lighter
But
then.
this heavy bag, this isn't like a sand filled bag like I had before. Like that bag I had to get rid of because it, it kept popping off. I think you remember it was doing that.
Hmm.
And so what I have out here now is it's a hanging bag and it's really like really heavy. Like someone told me today that it's 100 pounds, but I think it's more like 500 pounds because it feels like it's way heavier than I am, right? And you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
and 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 so I think the person who said 100 pounds was just guesstimating off the top of their head. And anyway, so it's way too heavy. Like when I try to hit it, there's no giving it. Like my old bag, when I'd hit it, I could hit it with both arms or with both fists with my punching gloves on, boom 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 boom, and the bag would give. And it was good for my back and my shoulders and my
right.
hips and everything, right? And it was really good for me. But this new bag, when I hit it, my hand just stops. You know
Oh
what I
yeah, it's
mean?
way too heavy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so I've only used it once since I got this new bag because I know I'll hurt myself if I keep hitting it. So that's why we're gonna put this one in the garage and Sean's gonna help me get a lighter bag. And I'm gonna get one of those speed bags too.
Yeah, I like the little speed one. I've always enjoyed that since I was a kid. I like the little speed
Yeah.
bag.
Yeah, and then also I have another piece of exercise equipment out on my veranda. It's a pull-up bar and it has several other features on it that you can like utilize. It's using your own body weight though, as you know what I mean, to
Yeah,
pull using your own body weight while you exercise um and and I got that like I think it was like $40 or something, right? Sean is the one who told me about it, right? It was like at Goodwill or something. It was in really good shape. It just had like a little bit of like I don't know, like some rough edges on the styrofoam that was on the device, right? But the pull-up bar itself and all the actual things you want the device for, they all work just fine. So I said, sure, Sean, I'd love that. So Sean went and picked it up for me and I gave him the money. Now Sean wants to know if he can buy it back from me because he wants to use it and I'm not using it. So I'm talking to Sean right now about coming over to get it. Because honestly, if
right
I can
on.
get that off my veranda, I'll have some more room up there.
Yeah, because you got the pool surrounded by that fence. That took a lot of your space.
Oh yeah. And TP, I've got a lot of stuff out there. I have a really cool crunch bench that I like to use. Um,
Hmm.
And once I get a new punching bag out there that I can hit every day, like I used to hit my punching bag every single day, and like I said, I think you remember that it would pop apart sometimes and stuff, so it was kind of awkward.
Right.
Um, yeah. So, but what else is new? It sounds like
Well,
you've probably been learning a lot about cardiac health and stuff. But what else?
oh yeah. Well, right now, trying to get prepared for my son to come out here with me.
Hmm.
Um, and he's going to finish his school career with me. Uh, just doing the same stuff, trying to make sure that I get a bigger place and all of that.
How is
Um,
Tamila?
to me, it's good. She'll be 19 pretty soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's doing her own thing. She's driving and she's being a young adult.
Is she like furthering her education or is she choosing to work only or
No, she's starting back to school this fall.
oh good for her. I was hoping she'd go to school. And
Yeah.
Tamaji, is that your son's name?
Hmm.
How old is Tamaji?
He just turned 13 back in April.
Oh wow. So he's probably a
Yeah.
force to be reckoned with. And
Yeah.
so is Tamaji living with you then?
He's gonna be. He's gonna hopefully when the school starts back here, he'll be here.
Oh really? So are you gonna be custodial parent over him?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Now, will Tamia live with you, or is she
No, she's gonna stay in Wisconsin.
stay in Wisconsin? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's really great. I'm glad that Tamaje will be with you at least. I know you're really, you're really close to your kids, and
Oh yeah, yeah,
you've always been a really involved dad as long as I've known you. So,
yeah. I've always, taken care of them and look out for them in the whole 9 yards. Best that I know how and the best that I can anyway.
yeah.
Yeah. And it's not a bad deal. Like I said, the VAs take care of me. I'm trying to get my rating raised higher.
Stop!
Um,
I'm so
but
sorry. My dog's chewing on something.
uh, once it gets up higher, things will be a little bit better. But I'm still taking my time looking around, trying to find a little place
Oh, yeah.
with more room for us. But it's a job. I didn't, you know how it is, looking for a decent house or a
Oh,
rental. It's a
yeah.
job.
Yeah. And TP, let me tell you,
What's
um,
that?
let me tell you, I've hunted for houses plenty in my life, rentals and to purchase,
Hmm.
and it always seems to me like it always takes a long time. It always seems like you're never going to find the place you're waiting for, but then, you know, God opens the right doors and the right people get connected, and all of a sudden there you find the perfect house that you didn't even know was the house you always dreamed of, and you're signing papers and all of that.
Yeah, I got a feeling it's
Do
coming.
you have a real estate agent helping you? Because let me tell you, I remember when my ex-husband and I were looking for a house, you know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, we had the first real estate agent we worked with kind of turned out to, I think she just didn't really have a good grasp on what we were looking for. And so we were looking through a real estate magazine one day, him and I were, and we were reading up on the different houses. This was when I lived in Missoula, right?
Hmm.
And also here, if I remember correctly, I think we had a similar experience here. But I remember, like, when we were looking for our first house in Missoula, like, we weren't having any luck with our real estate agent, and I was really frustrated, right? And then we called on this house we saw in a real estate magazine, and it was listed by a different agent. And the agent who, and when we called on the house, she said, "Oh, I just sold that house, but what are you looking for?" And so we told her what we were looking for, and she was able to find us a house. I mean, she showed us a few houses, but she wound up showing us different houses than the other real estate agent had been showing us. And she's the one
Right.
who helped us find the house we eventually bought, the house I'm sitting in right now. You
Oh,
know,
okay.
and
Well,
it was. Are you using a real estate agent?
yeah, I have a really nice real estate agent. She's really cool.
Uh,
She knows how to find some properties and stuff like that.
uh.
I just got to get my lender together.
Yeah, well, once you get your lender together, I suggest, like I said, looking in real estate magazines and looking on web real estate websites and stuff, and maybe even go to some open houses and stuff, and talk to some other real estate agents, because other real estate agents, you'll be surprised how many listings they'll be able to show you that your current agent isn't showing you. And I was always mystified of how real estate agents can do that. How some of them seem to have access to some listings that other ones apparently don't have access to in the same city.
Right, right. Well,
So,
I mean, it's a long journey. It'll work itself
um,
out in time.
so like, how many bedrooms are you looking for?
No less than four.
No less. So at least 4 bedrooms.
Yeah.
How many baths are you looking for?
I mean, uh, two, 2.5, three, something like that.
Okay. Are you planning on having more children?
No, no, it's just what we have is plenty.
Okay. So you're
Yeah.
gonna have a guest room then?
No, um, no, all the rooms will be taken.
4 bedrooms?
Hmm.
You and your wife in one room. To, oh, I forgot about Candace's children.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So how many kids do you guys have all together? She has
Well, it'd
three,
be
right?
four.
Oh, she has four. Oh wow. And you guys are looking for a four-bedroom house or a four-bedroom house?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but slowly but steady. You know how that goes. And there's a lot going on out here. We did a show in Maricopa at the casino out there. That's a gold mine waiting to happen.
TP,
Um,
can you excuse me for one moment, please?
mhm.
Oh shoot. I don't want to get this cord. Hi, it's me, Rebecca S. Meadows, the author, with my new book, Living on Borrowed Time: The Ravings of an Angry Survivor of Traumatic Brain Injury and Guardianship Abuse. It's available on Kindle Digital Download, Amazon Print on Demand, and on Audible. Please go check it out. And now, back to the show. I'm coming. Just a minute. Oh my gosh. 1917. Facebook. 9 minutes ago. Facebook. Notification. Oh my gosh. Where did I set my headphones? Oh, can you
You
guys
all
hear me?
right? Oh yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Oh, just a minute. My headphones are unplugged. Gosh darn it. Just a minute. I got to plug my headphones in. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, great. And I can hear you too. Sorry about that. My puppy was chewing something behind me. I just didn't know what she was chewing on. I just had to go check. She was like freaking me out.
Okay. Oh
uh,
yeah.
yeah,
Well,
TP.
it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm thinking about I'm looking into DJing a little bit again too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you have your own
Doing.
DJ equipment?
I have everything I need except for the big speakers, but most of these clubs do plug and play, so I
Oh,
can
yeah.
take what I have and plug into their big speakers.
Oh, cool. Hmm.
Yeah, and DJ like that. I'm gonna give. Right now, I'm trying to work on a show called Way Back Wednesdays at the Elks Lodge.
Oh, really? Can you
Yeah,
tell me
well,
about it? It sounds like
well,
a fun thing.
I'll be playing like the oldies but goodies. Some of the Motown sound, a lot of the '70s and '80s music.
What time on Wednesdays are you planning on doing this?
We're still at ground zero.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
waiting to hear back from them so I can find out what Wednesday
Oh,
it'll be.
yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be one Wednesday a month. We start out and see how it works, and then if it gets hot, we'll do
Let
more.
me know if you do it because I'd like to come at least to the first one, right? Because that's my kind of scene. I like those sorts of places, you know. Um, like um Shriners clubs and Elks clubs and those sorts of places and VFWs.
Yeah,
My stepmom worked in the VFW quite a bit when I was a kid, and my grandma hung out in the Shriners club, with the Shriners, in another state. So I just kind of hung out in those sorts of places when I was a kid, and I always enjoyed them because there were such cool, classy people in those places.
the
Real
VFW is here.
Americans. The
If
VFW
I
there.
were if I were to use the VFW here, it would be for a comedy show because they have like a little over 300 seats there.
Yeah.
But
Now,
I have to wait on that because I have to get the rest of my equipment together because they don't have equipment
when you say here, do you mean here in Phoenix or in
there.
Glendale?
Yeah, in Phoenix.
In Phoenix, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's
I'll be able to do that. Like right now I can only do some, like small stuff. Uh,
cool. Mm.
like I think I'm scheduled to do a pool party for one of the comedian friends of mine.
Mm. Oh,
But
that's
other than
cool.
that, like I said, I don't have nothing major big, but in time I will. I don't want to get anything big right now because I don't have anywhere to put it.
Yeah, TP, did I tell you what I did recently?
What's that?
Um, well, I went to Santa Fe for a week. Because I had a small part in this feature film that Gino and I just produced in Santa Fe, and Gino was there for like 4 or 5 or maybe even a little bit longer weeks. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
I was only there for a week of it, but I had a really good time, and I met some really great professional people and had some really great experiences. But the last night, I had one of the most touching experiences I've had in my adult life, and I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
share it with our viewers. Like, so after these big productions, when we do a production, because there's so many people involved, and they're great people with great personalities, and they love the business of producing movies and TV shows, right?
Mm-hmm.
After these events, we do what's called a wrap party. And after this wrap party on this feature film that we just did, or after the feature film that we just did, the wrap party that was set up was at a bowling alley. It was,
Mm-hmm.
just going bowling and hanging out at the bowling alley basically with everybody. And TP, you probably remember I didn't used to be much of a night person, remember?
Yeah, I used to try to tell you all the time you need to get it together with that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I told you, but I've become more of a night person now, and I discovered like these 5 hour energy drinks that I take one and then I'm able to go out. You know what I mean, for the evening
Well,
anyway.
let me
But
introduce you to something healthy for you other than
but
that
TP,
because that
let
can
me
be
finish
healthy.
telling
Oh,
the story, okay?
okay.
Because I was telling something here. So anyway, so I went the after party was gonna be at the bowling alley, and I thought, well, I'll go and I'll hang out for a while, and when I get tired I can just go home or go back to the hotel in a lift, or maybe someone could take me back there, right? And I was
Mm-hmm.
figuring it would be like so many of my other experiences out in public over the decades, right, since I've gone blind, um, like at movie theaters, at restaurants, especially when it's dark out, right? It's hard to make connections with people because they don't see you and you can't see them, right?
Right.
and and I used to be on my stepmom's bowling league when I lived in Minnesota, so I learned more about the game there, and I made more. I mean, I there were connections there, but since I left Minnesota, when I go to a bowling alley, I usually don't know people, so I spend a lot of my time just sitting there bored, right, and bowling occasionally, and it's really frustrating for me bowling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this experience was completely different. Like I was sitting there, and um I don't remember where I was at in the lineup. I don't think I was first, but anyway, for one thing, they put the bumpers up for me, right? And I wasn't the only person there, I think, that identifies as blind or low vision, because I know there were other people that were in our production who also identify as blind or low vision, right? I'm not the only one. But anyway, they had the bumpers up at the bowling alley, so that was great. I didn't have to ask, right? They just put them up. And so but like I said, I was sitting there, right? And people were bowling, and then Josh walks up to me. Josh was a member of the crew, right? A
Mm-hmm.
member of the team. He comes up to me and he says, "Hi, Becca, it's me, Josh. I'd like to take you up to go bowling." And so, and I left my cane at my seat, right? Because it's awkward trying to bowl with your cane in your hand.
Yeah.
And I had already had my shoes on. So Josh walked me over to the ball return, and he helped me. And I couldn't even quite remember what weight of ball I used the last time I went bowling, but it turned out the 9 pound ball felt good. So he helped me find the 9 pound ball, and he walked me up there and helped me find the right lane, because my eyes, like, I see double a lot of times, and And so, especially when I'm bowling, like it's hard for me to tell which lane I'm supposed to throw the ball down, the one on the left or the right, as I'm walking up to it, right? And so sometimes I throw my ball down the wrong lane. But like first Josh helped me up there, so I knew exactly where the lane was, right?
Hmm.
And then I bowled my ball, right, and then it came back up to the return, and he walked me back to the return to get my ball, and then he walked me back up to do my bowling, and then he held me back to my seat, and I thought, wow, that was really nice that Josh did that. I thought he must be like a really compassionate or caring individual or whatever, right? Maybe it occurred to him, hey, Becca might feel more comfortable and have a better time tonight if someone at least takes her up to go bowling. So anyway, next time my turn came up, though, a different member of the cast or crew, the second one was Tara, right? Tara
Hmm.
came up and said to me, Becca, it's me, Tara. I'd like to take you up, blah, blah, blah. So she did the same thing Josh did. And that's how it went throughout the night. They took turns coming over and engaging with me and assisting me. And if I needed to go to the restroom, they took me to the restroom without any problems. If I wanted to go get some pizza or pop, they helped me get like refill on pizza and pop. And you know what I mean? And I
Hmm.
was so touched. I mean, I was really touched, TP. And I was telling Tara about it the next morning when she was giving me a ride to the airport. And I was, like I said, I was quite overcome with emotion. But I was telling her how much it touched me the night before at the
Right.
bowling alley. Because I'm used to feeling like invisible out in public. Or at least maybe not so much invisible, but ignored by most people, right? And
Hmm.
I felt, I certainly didn't feel ignored that night at the bowling alley. I felt appreciated and recognized by each of those people. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it
Well,
really touched
I get
me.
it. I mean, we had a similar experience. Remember that dive bar we used to go to downtown when I was staying at the Savvy Apartments?
Yeah,
Now we weren't invisible there.
yeah.
We had a great time there. Other blind, it was we were it was us and all the other blind people that hung out with us from Savvy would go over there.
I know, but don't you think that was marvelous what the cast and crew of our production did for me at the bowling alley that night?
Absolutely, absolutely, and they
I
should.
Oh yeah, but I don't ever remember being made to feel like I said so appreciated and and just I don't know, like I said, just seen.
It was
I
new.
really felt, yeah, yeah, and it was a whole new experience for me, a whole new feeling,
Well,
and I
guess what,
still feel
Becca?
really good about it. What?
You better get used to it because as these projects that you're involved with start to drop, you're gonna get more of it. So that's
Oh
just
yeah,
part of your new life. So if I were you, I'd get comfortable in that chair.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Because people are
Uh,
gonna know who you are, and that's gonna be everywhere you go.
yeah. So my friend, I have a question for you.
Hmm.
You and I haven't hung out in quite a while. Are you still 420 friendly?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Oh, that's good because I want to hang out with you in the near future because I've got 50 joints and no one to smoke them with.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I'll find I'll find what 3 days I got where I'm not doing stuff because this week uh I'm just starting tomorrow. I do well. Today was my last day taking the meds that I have to take,
Uh-huh.
and they take away one, and then on Monday I go for a colonoscopy. I'm not ready, but I'm ready to get this over with and
Oh,
behind me. But yeah, um, and then after I do all of that stuff, I'll be ready to do a little bit more. But right now, I've been really just kind of laid back a little bit.
uh,
But yeah, we'll set up a session
Yeah, and we should have lunch soon too, my friend. So what
Yeah,
is Candace doing these days? Is she here in Phoenix too then?
yeah. Candace is with me. She's she still does hair, of
Oh,
course.
so is she working at that same shop where she was working before?
No, she moved on to a different place. I can't tell you where it is because everywhere is the same to me, but it's
Yeah.
somewhere here in Phoenix.
Yeah, well that's good that she's still doing hair.
Yeah, and everything's going good for her. She
Good.
everything's where she needed to be. She's pretty comfortable.
That's great.
Yeah, and happiness is all about.
So
Oh,
Jane,
but that what you were saying, the 5 hour energy drink a little while ago.
yeah, yeah,
I found something. It's called Rise Coffee, right?
yeah.
RYZE coffee.
Okay.
Now, this coffee, 2 scoops. It's an instant coffee. So 2 scoops in a cup every morning will have you feeling great the rest of the day and the whole 9 yards. And it's all natural. And it's only a little bit of actual coffee in there. The rest of it is mushroom. It's mushroom coffee. It's very healthy. It helps get rid of like tummy fats and all of that.
Oh my gosh, my friend, I've never done shrooms, and I don't think that's how I want to try them the first time.
Well, it's a mushroom coffee. I bought it online.
Uh,
I just got a refill of the coffee a couple days ago.
so what do
Um,
you experience when you do shrooms then, when you drink the shroom coffee?
I experienced energy without the jitters. Without it, don't feel like I've had coffee. It's just like I'm just wide awake and tuned in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it don't feel like I had it. I don't. It don't feel like I had anything to help enhance my being awake. It just I feel natural. I feel good, and it's an excellent way to do things for me. It's just something that I wanted to try, and then
So
when I tried it, I was like, wow, okay, this is pretty good. I didn't know that I had subscribed to it till the second order came in.
so so um have you done shrooms before, or is this your only experience is this shroom
This
coffee?
is my only experience ever with any type of mushroom, other than what goes on salads and then spaghetti and stuff. But this is just a mushroom coffee. That's all it is, and it's all natural. It has a lot less, has half the caffeine as regular coffee, and you dress it up how you want to dress it up. You want to add milk or you want to add sugar, do it just like anything else.
Yeah, I
It's just
just
that
don't really know.
it's just
I
that it's
just
all
never really
natural.
drank too much tea in my life. I really don't know how to quote dress tea up to make it what I like. So I'll probably
Not oh,
pass
this
on the
isn't
shroom
tea. This is coffee.
or coffee.
Yeah, it's
Shroom
mushroom
coffee.
coffee. Yes,
D- does it taste like mushrooms or coffee?
it tastes like coffee.
Okay. Now you said you did shrooms before.
No, this is the only way I've ever had mushrooms other than cooked in a salad. I mean, in spaghetti or on a salad. As far as the shrooms, the hallucinogens, no, I've never tried that. Was never
Yeah,
interested. Once I learned
yeah.
about THC and marijuana, I've been sold ever since.
Yeah, like marijuana is the only drug I've ever really used either, but I've had friends tell me I should try shrooms, and because they're natural and they grow, I've kind of thought about it. So I thought if you had done
Yeah,
them, I'd ask
I've
your
had
opinion.
friends say the same thing, but here's my thing. What if I don't like it? I can't get off until it's over. So it's
And
like,
how long does
nah,
it last, I wonder?
I don't know, but I heard it could last a while. Um,
Uh,
those psychedelic and hallucinogenic things. Um, I had a bad experience once when I was in high school, and I tried what was it? I think it was a Bart Simpson or something, and it was you put it into your mouth, and it was I think it was acid, and
oh,
the the clock on the wall was melting. I had
Oh,
a
really?
car, and I was trying to hurry up and get home. And the steering wheel was melting in my hand. It was insane. I was like, no, I don't want to do nothing like that ever again in life.
I've never done acid. That sounds terrible.
It was horrible, and you can't get off. You gotta wait for it to be over. You know, it's like I want to get off this ride right now. Somebody make it stop, but
Right.
there's no making it stop. You gotta wait,
Yep.
and it seems like if you it seems like the harder you try to get over it, the longer it lasts.
TP, do you like Italian food?
I love Italian. Yeah.
Oh my God, you would not believe that I have the best. Are you free for dinner tomorrow night? Because this place opens at like, I think 4 or 5 in the evening.
Well, I don't know. I have to wait. No,
I'll
I
take you
told you.
out for dinner tomorrow night.
Well, here's the thing. I'm on this like really light regimen until after Monday. I can't do nothing until after
because
Monday.
your heart thing. After Monday, or can we go out Monday evening?
No, Monday I have the next procedure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so will you ask them that day when you can go out for Italian food?
Yeah, once I get back on my feet.
Okay. Well, I'm going to treat you to it. I'm not expecting you to treat me or buy your own. I want to treat you to it.
No. I mean, once I get healthy back on my feet is what I'm saying. I got to recover from the procedure.
Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting you just had. What day was your heart procedure exactly?
I can't remember. It wasn't that long ago because my arm still hurts.
Was it like the first week of June?
Wait a minute. June. I'm gonna say June 15th or something.
It was middle of June. Yeah, I couldn't remember.
Yeah, something like it. It was in the middle of June. No.
Hello? Hello? What happened? I don't even.
TP's there, but he's not there. Like, I don't know if his phone fell or what.
Can you guys hear me?
Beck?
Just a minute.
Back up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I don't know how I got.
I don't know what happened to TP.
No, I'm echoing. Gosh. Can you hear me echoing? Gino.
Yeah, Beck, I don't know what happened. Something happened with TP.
Okay. Let me.
He's gone.
I think I have 2 windows open here. Let me go out and close them both, and I'll come back.
Why don't they have blind people sections at sporting events? Why do I gotta pay the same price to not see shit? Okay? The Jumbotron ain't even built for me.
I am the business manager here at the Visually Impaired School of Arizona.
I see you brought the film crew. Make sure you get my good side.
All right, settle down and get focused on your tasks.
I teach the art of cuisine, child.
You wanna know the problem? The biggest problem in the blind community is you sighted people.
Just take a look over here.
Yeah, I don't know where that is, man.
Okay, you all need to turn off those cameras and just leave the building.
Wait, Joe, hold on.
Oh, on your right.
You're on the right.
How would you know that the men you're dating are black?
No, this is not card member services. This is the Visually Impaired School of Arizona.
Gigi, where are his pants?
I don't know.
Billy doesn't work here. He basically came with the building.
I can be the very first mayor of Blind Sylvania.
Make Blind America great again.
There goes my pie.
This happens every day.
No, of
Sometimes.
course not.
Are you there, TP?
Yeah.
Hey, sorry about that. My cord keeps getting coming unplugged from my laptop from my headphones, so I have to be careful.
Yeah, I was able to hear everything, but you guys weren't able to hear me.
Oh yeah. So what were we saying before we had to cut to commercial?
We were talking about the mushroom and the
Oh
coffee
yeah.
and
Oh yeah. So did you have any more you wanted to share on your experiences with that?
well, I mean, the coffee is really good. I like I said, it's all natural. It's good for you. I'm getting more into the the natural stuff, the organic things and holistic things a little bit more. I'm going back to the way things were before all of these additives and things were put in our foods to
Yeah.
cause us to be unhealthy.
What do you think of Kennedy? Is it what is it? Is it the Health and Human Services Secretary? Is that what it's
Let me
Ken?
see.
It's Kennedy. I think that's what Kennedy's the secretary of. What do you think of his efforts to remove all this dangerous stuff from our food, TP? All of these dyes and chemicals and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, right. I mean, if it ain't natural, it shouldn't even be there.
Right.
I mean, I think I really believe that because food is to live. You don't eat, you're gonna die. Well, if everything you eat is gonna give you conditions, and then you got to take drugs to live because of the conditions that the food gave you, I mean, that's pretty stupid. I think,
Yeah.
you know. But I would like. I mean, I know it's too hot here, but
Uh,
um, if I could, if I when I do find a big enough place or whatever, and I get some room outdoors that I can cover up, I'm going to start growing some of my own things.
oh.
Growing some of my own vegetables and
Oh,
things like
really?
that.
Are you going to
Well,
grow
yeah.
some weed too, or just vegetables?
Oh yeah, most definitely,
Uh,
most definitely.
so,
I had this really weird kind of pipe dream, right?
uh,
It's like I want to own my own chicken farm.
that's
Now,
not.
my chickens will be free range chickens, right?
Uh huh.
But all of their diet will be infused with THC.
What?
Yeah.
So you're
So
gonna have a bunch of stone chickens running around?
with the munchies.
Well,
Yeah.
that's one way to get them fattened up, I guess.
Yeah, there'll be some big chickens, but they'll be big because they had the munchies in there. Their whole diet will be fortified with THC, even the water that they drink. And people eat those would be the healthiest chickens in the world.
Yeah. Oh.
You can fry that chicken and get stoned while you eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I would
TB,
love to have that.
do you like horror movies?
No, I mean, no, I'm afraid of them. I'm a chicken.
Really, you don't like horror movies?
I'm scared of them. Ever since I was a little boy, I think I got introduced to them too young.
Oh yeah, I used to watch horror movies like before I went blind when I was 12, and I used to watch Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street like crazy every summer when I went to Minnesota to see my dad and stepmom.
Yeah,
And like,
that I couldn't do that one.
yeah,
Made me scared to
yeah,
go to sleep.
yeah, I really haven't been into watching horror movies the last couple of decades, but I'm not really much into TV watching really. But this was a lot of fun. This horror movie that Gino and I just produced. But we're also
Yeah,
getting it audio described, which is why I was going to ask if you are a horror buff. For any of
uh,
our viewing audience who are horror buffs, just be advised that we are getting this movie audio described that we just made, so you'll be able to enjoy it.
of course I watched that one. You know, and then you got to also think this will be a rarity as well, because if you look into it, there aren't very many horror films with AD.
With AD, with the audio description.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
Have you
not
ever
getting it like that.
have you ever seen an audio described porno? I
The
wonder
horror
if
movie.
they porno. Like a
Oh,
porno.
I think it
I
kind of
wonder if
describes itself.
anybody well, I have to tell you, I've watched pornos with different lovers over the years because
Hmm.
men like to watch that kind of stuff, you know what I mean?
Right.
And as a blind woman, all I really got out of it was I heard a lot of heavy breathing, and occasionally a word that could be understood here and there. You know what I mean?
Right.
I would really appreciate audio description on all that stuff because I can't see it enough to appreciate it. And I bet blind men would appreciate having audio described pornos, don't you think?
Yeah. I'd like to see the look of the guy's face that has to do the job, though.
Yeah, but see, listen, it's not audio described because there's a narrator standing there describing it while they're acting it out.
Right. Can you imagine auditioning for that part?
For the storyteller or the actor?
The storyteller.
TV, that's not how audio description works.
The narrator.
Yeah, well, we're talking about audio description, not a narrator.
Well, yeah, audio describers have to audition to be the describer for certain books and stuff like that, movies too.
Yeah, but that's not the way it works. They don't describe what they're seeing on the screen.
They
Like
read the script.
they read the script. Yeah, and the script like I'm not sure well, honestly, I guess I'm not sure how much acting really goes into pornos or if it's just you just go with your feelings, you know what I
Well,
mean?
from what I understand, it's a
So I don't know
lot
if
of
they're really
work.
following a script. Doing a porno is a lot of work?
Yeah, from what I was told, I know a couple of people in the business, and
Okay.
like the guys, and the models, you have got to do a photo shoot, as
Oh,
well. You're not just getting straight to business. You got to
you
pose
gotta
for the pictures, and
you probably have to provide a rehearsal and like I'm sure it's just like getting any part in any other production, right? Like you have to audition and get the part of the character in the video, right?
right. But when they do like the cover of the video and the other advertisements of the video, these are still photos with that are professionally done, and these actors and actresses have got to look like they're in the midst of doing something that they're really not doing. They're just doing it for the still photos.
So do you think it would be hard to fake the
Say
sounds and the facial expressions and stuff?
to fake?
Yeah, to fake it in a porno video.
Uh, I probably for a guy, I don't think so.
You don't think it'd be hard for the guy to fake?
No, I mean I don't think it would be. I don't think it would be necessary.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
guys are pretty simple people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
pretty simple
Well,
people.
not all guys are, right? Like, for example, male strippers. I've heard that male strippers are usually gay.
Um, I
And
wouldn't know anything about that
and
because I
I
used to do that, and I've never been.
oh yeah, actually a friend of mine who's not gay, he used to be a male stripper too. But so I don't know how true that is, but anyway, not oh um well um anyway, back to audio description. Yeah, like I don't know how. Well, I guess I know how one could audio describe a porno. Honestly, audio describing a porno would probably actually add a lot of really. I mean, I know it would add a lot of stuff to it that I would really appreciate.
Well, if they
Having some
had
description of what's going on the screen instead of just hearing, oh, oh, oh,
right, if they added more dialogue and more
Yeah.
content
Oh
than
yeah.
just the sex scenes, I would
Oh
understand
yeah.
it. I get it better then.
Yeah, and like they could actually make like a plot and like make it like a mini movie with an interesting plot that leads to the graphic sex scene or something, you know what I mean? Instead of just a graphic sex scene.
Right. Well,
And
you'd have to really find somebody to sell that to, because there's people that don't want it in their movies, and there's people that don't want movie in their porn. So.
Yeah, I guess.
This is America. Everybody's gonna find something to complain about.
Yeah, that makes sense, TP.
I mean, there are people in this country that wake up every day just looking for something to complain about. What happened to? Oh Lord, I made it. I woke up again. Thank you, Jesus. What happened to that? If people wake up, oh Lord, I can't stand none of this. I hate everything and everybody. That's not the way to go.
Well, so what's your schedule the rest of the week then? Can we meet for lunch tomorrow or wait?
I gotta wait.
Work better for me.
Oh no!
Like you said you have to wait till Monday, right?
Right. I have another procedure on Monday.
Okay.
But we can do these until I get better.
You can do what?
These shows till I get better.
Okay.
I'm just kind of chilling around the house anyway.
Yeah. Oh, so you can't go out for lunch or anything like that?
Not right now, because like I said, I'm doing more doctor's appointments than not.
Oh yeah.
I'm constantly. They even got me at some civilian doctors now. I'm going to that many doctors.
Now, did you have your procedure at the VA hospital?
Yeah, I had that one done at one on Indian School.
And so was it a VA cardiac surgeon that did it?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's so cool.
Yeah.
What was the procedure called that you had? Oh, it was just a stent, did you say, or
yeah,
something?
It was a stent. It's a cardio.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
I can't remember what do they call that?
Yeah, my ex-husband.
Catheterization.
Oh yeah.
Catheterization.
Catheterization.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
It's one of those type deals. And one of my wrists is still bigger than the other one. I'm waiting on the swelling to go down on that a little bit.
And, why did one wrist swell? I didn't know about that.
They ran the camera up through that artery.
Oh wow! Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, a whole camera.
That's how they found out where it was.
Was it a Polaroid?
No, I ain't that big.
I'm sorry, my friend. I'm just teasing you.
But it's amazing how technology is doing things, though. I mean,
oh yeah.
You think about the same procedure 50 years ago wouldn't have been like this.
Mm-hmm.
They had to cut my chest open.
Oh yeah.
But it is what it is. Like I said, I'm around until after I get done with these next procedures. They got a new device. Oh yeah, they got a new device. See, I know that you have sleep apnea as well.
What?
You use a CPAP, but they have a new device now that's not a CPAP. You sleep it, you put it in your mouth, and you go to sleep with it in your mouth. But it's not. It's just it's like a upper and lower retainer.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
And what is that for?
It's for sleep apnea.
Oh.
Yeah, I picked mine up tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because I didn't the CPAP, I sleep too wild for that. I act out my dreams and stuff. and that sleep habit never worked for me.
Yeah.
I would never get any sleep with that thing. But this device that they're using is brand new. It's the latest thing that they're doing for sleep apnea.
Okay.
You know, because I snore pretty good if you know I need to do something. And then like they did the sleep study on me, and they said I stopped breathing several times an hour, like 5 times an hour.
Oh wow.
So we're gonna get
Really?
that.
Only 5 times an hour? That's really not much. Mine was like, I think 30 sometimes an hour. My ex-husband, he had severe sleep apnea. It was way more than mine even. But yeah, 5 times an hour to have apnea is not really that much. Do you
Well,
have pretty light pressure on your machine?
I didn't sleep well the night of the sleep study because I had all that stuff on, and so I barely got any sleep. But they was like, "Oh, you definitely have sleep apnea though. It's mild, but you have it, so it is what it is."
Yeah. I love my machine, and I use it faithfully every night when I sleep, and if I take a nap during the day, I use it. I absolutely love that thing. But I do think that there's way too many people being diagnosed with sleep apnea and being put on these machines. And I really worry that it's actually weakening our respiratory systems. So,
And that's one of the reasons why they're coming out with this new device that I'm getting tomorrow.
mm-hmm.
You know, it's not a machine. It's you put it in your mouth and you go to sleep. And what it does is it pulls your bottom jaw forward. So that you can breathe better while you sleep.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll know tomorrow night how it works.
Okay, cool. Well, you'll have to let me know, my friend.
Will definitely do. And I'll even do a demonstration.
Cool.
You know, to show the viewers on one of the shows.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
It's about that time. You want to pray us out?
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this evening for this exciting episode of The Blind View. And please stay tuned because we have a lot of exciting stuff going on here at BBE Enterprises right now. And just lots of big things going on and big announcements, but not a lot of time to do shows. So just please make sure that your notifications are turned on so you get a notice when we go live. And thanks for watching. Peace out, y'all. That's a wrap.
Peace out, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching Betcha's World. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel.